Hello friends, welcome to another Crochet with Me video. I hope you're doing well. Happy New Year 2024. Coming to you today to just work on my Peacock Plumes Afghan. I am currently on round 71. Round 71, and that is part 6. Part 6, round 71. When I finish round 71, then I have round 72, and then I will be done with part 6. So then I can move on to part 7. I'm really excited. Over my holiday break, I did get part 4 finished. I got all of part 5 done, and now I also got through a good amount of part 6. So I've just been kind of working away on this. So if you're going to crochet with me, grab yourself a beverage and grab your current work in progress or whatever it is that you are working on, and let's just crochet together and spend a little time. So I have added my camera so that you can see what I'm doing. This portion of the pattern is kind of a chevron. I hope that you're doing well so far. We're just a few days in to this new year. Two more double crochets, and then I'm going to skip a couple. Skip 2. Just a little bit of trouble. The Peacock Plumes blanket, I have been working on it for a while. It was designed as a crochet along. By Melinda Miller. And it was released beginning in, I believe, October of 2022. Apparently I can't talk and remember this pattern at the same time. It's getting very heavy, so I have to adjust it frequently. But you can get the pattern from various places. I bought mine through Ravelry. You can buy kits for this through a couple different places. I'll try to remember to link that information below, but I recommend, get the pattern if you read patterns. Otherwise, there are both left-handed and right-handed tutorials for this available on YouTube. I love the colors. I was fortunate enough to be gifted the yarn for this project from my dear friends in Zoom, my Zoomies. And they know that I prefer cotton over acrylic, and they bought me cotton yarn. I love this yarn from Hobby Lobby. It's been great to work with so far. Occasionally splitty, but not too bad. 2 more again, and then I'll skip. Oops. Let me count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. 11 is what I'm supposed to have on this particular round. I have mostly been using the printed pattern, but I know that some people they don't read patterns. And so they're following from the tutorial online, and that's perfectly acceptable. I have my yarn on the Wool Genie, so sometimes it gets just like a little snagged up as it's coming to the end of the ball. Okay. Now it's 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet in the little peak. Problems. This week, started back to work at school, and I just didn't even realize how much I miss those little kidlets. I just love them so much. And so we've had 2 days back. We have 1 more day this week. Okay, skip 2. 1 more day this week. So we start out with a short week. Next week, a week from today, I was supposed to have my cataract surgery. Unfortunately, that did get postponed for a couple of weeks. So I have 3 more weeks to wait to have that done. It's not helping to have to wait. I feel like even over the Christmas break, like my vision got worse or something. And so I'm really looking forward to getting it done. So at this point, I was just planning to have the one eye done. But having the surgery canceled, I'm just like going back and forth in my mind, changing my mind. And anyway, I just want to be able to see. We don't often think about our sight, we take it for granted. And this blanket is, or this Afghan is so, but we take our sight for granted. And so it's only when we start having issues with being able to see or see well that we realize, oh my gosh, our sight is so important. And I tell you what, the whole business of getting old is just not for sissies. I love the colors. And the blue, the shade of blue that I'm working with now is pretty close to my favorite color. This is kind of a denim slash cornflower color. And anyway, it's working with it, and this blanket is just, it brings a lot of joy. You know, something that I have always prided myself for being able to do is multitasking. And I don't even remember where I heard it, but shortly before the new year, I was reading somewhere where somebody suggested multitasking less. And so I think that has become part of my New Year resolution, is really to, take some time to just focus on one thing and not feel like I have to do multiple things at once. It's kind of being attentive, being in the here and now. And oftentimes us multitaskers are just like, let's see how much we can get done. Like, I can watch a TV program, I can play a game, I can crochet, I can try to carry on a conversation and do all these things at once, but then you're not fully present for any of it, and maybe you don't enjoy it as much. So I'm really going to kind of slow down that multitasking and just enjoy the moment. And the process of just doing one thing at a time, really. Okay. I personally think it's a good idea to count as you go, to make sure that your count stays accurate, especially as you're going around a project of this size where there's 600 and, I take that back, 858 double crochets by the time I finish this round. That's a lot of double crochets. So making sure that I'm doing my peaks with 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, and then I'm counting the stitches as I go along so that I know it's accurate. It'll make it easy for the next round and not having to count 858 individual stitches. And so in this, I would like to see about finishing round 71 so that I can then move on to 72. Okay, I think I'm getting close to 11. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 62. If you like big projects like this, I do highly recommend this one. You get to do a lot of different stitches, and the video tutorials are very, very helpful for learning how to do the stitch. And also, if you happen to have an opportunity to work with other crocheters so that you can keep track of your progress together and ask questions. It's been nice having people from Zoom to bounce questions off. As I've been completing each part of this project, I have been weaving in the ends, and so the ends for parts 1 through 5 are all weaved in, and so when I finish round 72, I'll just have part 6 ends to weave in. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Skip 2. At my New Year's Eve live, I talked about a variety of achievable New Year's resolutions, including drinking more water and less of everything else. I've definitely increased my water, but maybe not as much as I would like. So I'm going to keep at that. I have reduced my coffee a bit. Okay, I'm getting there. Oh, all right. What is the biggest project you've ever worked on? Maybe you could include that in the comments below. What's the biggest crochet or craft related project you've undertaken? This is one of the biggest, I think, for me. You know, where there's multiple parts. I know some people have probably done one or more Sophie's Universe. The Peacock Plumes is maybe not as much of a challenge, but yet still challenging as Sophie's Universe. At least that's what I have heard. I have not ever done Sophie's. A lot of people in this new year are trying to do stash downs where they're shopping their own stash, seeing the floor in 24, if you will. And I didn't necessarily make a commitment to not buy yarn this year. However, I do want to use as much of the yarn as I can. And one other commitment that I wanted to make this year is in using the good yarn, you know? I mean, instead of keeping that yarn on the shelf, pull it out and make something with it. Last year, I did use yarn that I bought from Grissin Stitches, her full spectrum yarn. I bought some yarn that she dyed on a live, and it was named Fiddleberry by the people in the chat. And last year I designed a poncho using the Fiddleberry yarn, which I did name the Fiddleberry poncho. It is kind of folded up on a shelf behind me. You can't really see it, but I will be taking the poncho pattern that I have written down and typing it in, because I still have not done that, and I did finish it in September last year. So I'm going to write it up, have some people test it that would like to test it, and then I plan to try to do a tutorial for it so that you can make one yourself if you would like. So if you're one of those that told me you wanted to test the pattern, or if you're just interested in testing the Fiddleberry pattern, go ahead and put that in the comments below too. I've got 1, 2, about 4 more peaks to get through, and then I'll be done with this round. I'm getting closer. Oops. Looks like my skip 2 spot. Let me just double count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. You know how you see the end of a project, or at least the ending point, stopping point is within your sights. That's kind of where I am, and then you start kind of making mistakes because you're like, okay, I just need to hurry up and so I can finish. I am just glad to be making some progress. The row or round that I have to do after this will involve doing some slip stitches down and then coming back up. It's kind of like doing an outline around each of the peaks. And so that'll be an interesting technique, something that I have not really done. I don't know if it's quite considered surface crochet, but that's what it seems to remind me of a little bit. My camera is like right in my face. I should have lowered it down a little bit more today. But in fact, I'm just going to pause for a second. I also happen to be looking at what's left of my skein of yarn, and I don't know if I'm going to have enough to finish this round. I may have to pull out another ball in order to finish. Yeah, of course. It's okay. I have more. It just means 2 additional ends to weave in that I didn't want to have to weave in. getting stuck on the wool genie as it comes to the end. All right, let's see. There's more to go. At least I do have more. And if I run out here, then we'll just show you how I go ahead and start a new skein of yarn. Look at that, number 11. Yep. Skip. Getting a little snagged up as it comes to the end of the ball. And then a little bit of, doesn't make it very smooth to finish. Oh, my friends. Try to get it jumbled a little bit so that I can just crochet more smoothly here. At least it's not being that difficult. It's coming kind of like untangled fairly easily, except here. All right, let's just unknot it. I'm hoping this is not a knot. I'm gonna go ahead and put my stitch marker in so I don't undo anything. I'll just get this out once and for all. There we go. All right, let's see how much I have left. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if it can make it. That's okay. I have plenty of the yarn. I just didn't want to have to weave in additional ends. You all know weaving in ends is not my favorite. It's close, very close. But I think it is not going to be enough. I need enough for, let me just check this, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Ooh, that's good, 11. And then I need 2 double crochet. I'm so close. And a double crochet to finish it off. Maybe I'll do a half double crochet. So when you're this close, you don't want to have to join a new yarn. So we're gonna fudge it. It's supposed to be a double crochet join, but there we go. There's part of it. There's the rest, and I'll just pull it out. I know that wasn't quite on camera, but whew. Enough to weave in, I guess. Actually, what I might do is do that and then come and bring it through again to just kind of tie it off a little bit. That is the miracle of 2024 right there. I literally had just enough to finish up that round. Hold on while I turn off the secondary camera, and I will be right back. Well, my friends, I would like to thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me today while I crocheted on my Peacock Plumes Afghan. I'm not quite sure how I managed to win that game of yarn chicken with the skein of yarn. I had just enough to finish, and you know, that makes me really think, like, in many areas of our life we have enough. I hope that you find that you have enough of what you need in your life as well. I'm going to take my row counter or round counter, and I'm going to change it from 71 to 72. And I'll get working on that, and hopefully we can crochet together again another time. Thanks so much for being here with me today. As always, I hope that you take care and that you be kind and crochet on. Have a blessed day.